Now let's make a step back. Why did you start to work with Tjašo Andree Prosenc at all?
Because Tjašo Andree Prosenc was a so-called powerful attorney. She was introduced to us by a family friend that had interest here and business here in Slovenia. And she was claimed that she was politically well connected, that she was very well connected, a dear friend of President Kučan, and that she knew everybody else, that she knew how to move in Slovenia. And because we had, yes, recovered the building in Wolfovo 1, but there were many, many other properties that we were supposed to recover from the expropriation that the government of Slovenia exercised on my family, because they accused my grandfather of collaborating with the Nazis in 1941 when they invaded Slovenia and caused terrible deaths and destruction. And at the time, my grandfather, in fact, hid and saved 20 Slovenian families from the Nazi invasion. So when later on we were able to prove that in 1946, after my grandfather was in prison for a long time, and then at the end killed, shot in the back after he was taken out from jail, and he finally got rehabilitated by the court. And so because of this rehabilitation, we were legally in a position to ask back the properties that were taken away from him because of his supposed crime that then he never committed because he was rehabilitated. So there were many other properties that we were supposed to get back. Still some, as of today, we have not gotten back. Some we have been compensated for it. And Prosenc was supposed to facilitate this process and take care of that process. Clearly, she claimed that she had all the best connections in the country with judges, with politicians, and whoever was involved in this process. And she asked us to essentially give her the trust, follow her instructions, and that she would manage to get us the properties back. My mother was very confident in Prosenc because Prosenc clearly was very convincing, very confident of her capabilities, and so my mother started trusting her. And at a certain point, my mother became completely conditioned by Prosenc, essentially dominating the brain of my mother that had been hurt so much from this family tragedy. She has been taken to jail, she has been raped, her mother was beaten, I mean, a family tragedy. They had to leave the country poor with nothing, rebuild a new life in different countries. My mother went to Italy, her sister went to Brazil, her mother went to Brazil, poor, just the clothes on their back, because everything was taken away. So my mother was incredibly hurt by all this experience, and she found in Prosenc a person that assured her that she would have been taking care of everything, and that justice would have been brought to the family and to all of us. And frankly, I have to say that I was convinced that Prosenc was a legitimate person, and that she had taken in good heart this job of preserving our rights and getting the properties back. I had no doubts that she was a legitimate attorney. I was shocked when I found out that she actually took away me as the director of my company, and that she did all that she did to buy my properties and transfer them to her name without my knowledge, without any payments to me. So how can I was living in the United States for 35 years, and my company had a legal representative here in this country. Prosenc was my legal representative, so I was assured that my properties that were rightfully represented in this country by the legal representative of my company. And the company, the building was rented, so it was just a very simple operation. I mean, there were tenants paying rent, and we would collect the rent, pay the taxes here, and then do the distribution to the owners of the company, and that's it. So basically, when she named my mother, she clearly falsified documents, along with some notary, because that person does not exist. So it was an incredible shock for me to see that my own legal representative, in reality, was a person that had no morality and had no sense of professionalism. She's a lawyer. And that's why I also went to the Bar Association to disclose all of this, because I wanted them to take a strong stance against her. This is a disgrace to have lawyers in this country that can be doing such things and not be punished. How can we trust the legal system? How can we trust lawyers that are licensed by the court to represent clients? How can we trust the system if lawyers that can do whatever they want and no consequences they occur against their criminal, fraudulent, unprofessional acts?